focus of the entire nation zooms in on a game like that. When it's a conference showdown, the stakes are even higher. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Well, that's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
They'll go to the ground, and he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The Cornhuskers will line it up on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Find some fresh air. To the 10. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
That time the defense was in man coverage. There was nobody watching the quarterback, so when he took off to scramble, nobody home to make a tackle right away, and he shows you the athleticism, he shows you the speed, and also shows you great decision-making that time, deciding to tuck and run for a huge play on the ground.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to try to return this one. Makes a move. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll give it to the back. They start the afternoon with a run, and it goes nowhere. Let's take just a moment here and talk a little about Texas. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time four-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that guy.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
On the move, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jackson will throw. Quick strike complete.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
And the Huskers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. He's got it across the 45. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. They'll try to pop the draw. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Huskers have a lot of options on second and inches. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Quarterback looks for a little space. The Cornhuskers have it with a first and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Punt is on its way. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. Sending the offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You could see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
He's got an open man. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front on the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. He's in open space downfield. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving a change impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Jackson gonna throw it. He's got him. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. It's on target and complete. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. And the Huskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. On the run, still looking. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds. As long as it passes the line of scrimmage, we go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Huskers come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. He might want another play. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Extending the play. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And that's the money down, man. 4th down, you just have to have it somehow, some way. You're calling a pass play. You're trying to get it through the air. Nothing open downfield. And he just takes over. He just tucks the ball and runs, goes and gets it. Great job, great decision-making by the quarterback on that play.
That's caught. It's eyes. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And you know what? The best 3rd down offenses don't get the 3rd down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You can tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard, got a nice gain, popped one, got a 1st down. Who needs 3rd downs if you can just pound it down their throat on 2nd down?
Sings it complete to the right. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking for space. It's eyes. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Jackson will throw. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the 1st half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Cornhuskers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the 2nd half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the 2nd half.
You know, and I think if any of you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
because the running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Still running at the 40. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Takes the handoff. It's Clark. Got the first down. Looking for more. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Longhorns! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Virginia took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Cavaliers that fired on all cylinders. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Comes through the tackle. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback be going the other direction.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. On the move at the 30. Gashing the D on the right. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front seven even get a finger on that guy.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Lets it fly. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
They'll leave it with him. Max going for the goal line. Touchdown, Husker! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own 8 chance here to tie the game with a touchdown. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And that big, bad Husker front just keeps wreaking havoc in the backfield.
I mean, that's what you want. You want the defensive line to dominate the football game. You don't want to have to blitz and bring all these extra bodies. And this defensive line, this black shirt defensive line, is doing their job.
Trying play action. Pulls it in. It's Washington. Gets it out just short of the 20. Out of bounds at the 19-yard line and a little more room to operate.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable.
Looking deep. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Hunt is on its way. Nestles it in at the 35. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Using his legs, it's high. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
Jackson gonna throw it. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Going with the ground game left. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They punted away on fourth down. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. The give to the back. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. Here's a heat. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Using his legs to buy some time. And the defense getting a hand in there on third down.
What a great job by the defense, forcing a 3 and out. Beautiful job in coverage there. This is going to set up a punt and get them the football back in great field position.
So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away.
Wasn't able to get a lot of leg on that one, and it gave him a chance to field it, and then he found his lane, he put his foot in the ground, and it was off to the races. A huge momentum-shifting play on special teams for that touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Now improvising. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. You got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Oh, they're after him. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes the grab at the 10. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Just going to keep it after the snap. Stopped short. They'll bring him down at the one. He just couldn't get it in. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. After that last scoring drive, old Uncle Mo has switched sidelines, and now they'll try to get it back while they're clinging to this lead. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Makes the catch.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And he's done everything for this offense today, running the football, so much so that he's now got 98 yards rushing. We're in the 4th quarter. One more carry, and this guy could eclipse the 100-yard mark.
And the Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Jackson will throw. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this 3rd down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. The Huskers line up to punt it away. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Moving out to the right. This time he's got his man. And he uses that stiff arm like a discard, and they get it to the 18-yard line. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. They'll try to get the first through the air. Lets it fly. and they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot. That's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He wants a big play here late. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football fourth down. Great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Not all close games are created equal, but this one